Hello, this is Riley Porter with Seattle Sumo. You are listening to a commentary track for day one of the 1964 Haru Basho. That is the March tournament. The video coverage for this tournament can be found on the Japan Sumo Association's YouTube channel, and there will be a link for the day's coverage in the description for this commentary track. Because it's day one, Shonichi, the video coverage will be free. Days 2 through 15 are locked behind a membership wall. So in order to be a member of the Japan Sumo Association's YouTube channel, you have to pay a $9 fee monthly. As usual, to sync up the audio commentary with the video coverage, I'll count backwards from 3, 3, 2, 1. As I hit the N in 1, I'll click play on the video. You'll do the same and we'll be in sync for the day. And I think without any further ado, we'll just get going here. 3, 2, 1. Futabayama, Taiho, Chianofuji, Archive. Alright, day one of Haru 1964. Here's the interior of the Osaka Prefectural Gymnasium, where the Dohyo Matsuri is taking place, the final consecration, if you will, of the clay ring before the tournament action begins. There's some of the senior elders of the association sitting around the ring, dressed in Western-style suits and ties. Well, as a prepper for this basho, just to set the stage a bit, we have Taiho as defending champion. He had a Zensho Yusho in Hatsu, 15-0. So he's coming in on some pretty good momentum here. We also, for the first time in nearly 2 years, have 3 Yokozuna on the Banzuke. Tochi Noumi was promoted off his 13-2 score in Hatsu. Did very well, not runner-up or the tournament win, but close enough in the eyes of the Yokozuna Deliberation Council. Other than that, we have another couple of new members of the top division debuting in this tournament. The 2 Tikishi that debuted in the last tournament are still with us, so some fresh faces at the top of the chart this year. Senior Gyoji finishing up the Dohyo Matsuri here, storing some objects in the middle of the ring. There go the taiko drums. Tap, tap, tapping away, letting everybody know that the basho is beginning. Osaka's been home to the March contest for over a decade now, as well as the Osaka Prefectural Gymnasium. Things are all wrapped up inside. Here's an exterior of the Osaka Prefectural Gymnasium. Everybody's filing in. Seats are filling up as everybody gets ready for the top division action to commence. Tokitsukaze Oyakata in the center there behind the mic, the chairman of the Sumo Association and former Futabayama, will read the opening remarks. Of course, he and the man to the left of him on the screen there, Taiho, are tied for total championship count at 12 each. Of course, Futabayama fought during a top division calendar, which included really only ever 2 tournaments a year, so can't really be compared directly. Taiho is returning the Emperor's Cup, sort of more symbolic than anything else, as such things can be in sumo. Not aware that the Emperor's Cup ever really leaves the custody of the association or the Kokugikan. Well, this isn't the Kokugikan, obviously, but in any event, I don't believe that the championship Dikishi actually takes the cup home with him, even at this stage. And here's Taiho returning the championship flag. The flag, of course, The standard is a carryover from a previous East versus West system that kind of ran from the early part of the 20th century until just after the end of the Second World War. Not really in place anymore. Everything's about the individual championship and prizes, but still, sumo likes to pay homage to its past in what little ways it can. Well, that should take care of it for pretty much all the opening ceremonies. The prizes have been returned. The seats are all filled in, and I think that should be ready to begin top division action. First up, Tamanoshima, brand new to Makunochi against Matsumaeyama, a Juryo guest. Matsumaeyama in low and fast, but Tsupari return from Tamanoshima, thrusting away. He's got that outside right now and swings down Matsumaeyama. Tamanoshima off to a good start on his top division debut. He's only the second Dikishi from Kata Onami stable to reach the top division. Stable isn't too old. Branched out from Nishonoseki just a few years back. Tamanoshima off to a good start. Even a little bit of Kenshoken there, it looks like. Wakatenryu, he's back after his second Juryo championship. We'll see if he can stick around a little longer against Asasegawa, brand new to the top division from the Isegahama stable. Wakatenryu jumps the gun there a bit. It's a 3-1 head-to-head in Wakatenryu's favor, so not good numbers for Asasegawa on his first Makunochi bout. Even start. Asasegawa tries to cut in with the left, backpedaling as Wakatenryu, trying to keep the hands off, and pulls him down. To me like a Tsukiyo Toshi from Wakatenryu, so didn't let Asasegawa get a grip on him. Just kept pedaling backwards until the forward momentum of the bigger Dikishi sent him down. So, little envelope prize there for Wakatenryu. Good way to open the basho. Maybe a Kachikoshi is in store for the light grappler. Two experienced Dikishi. Fusanishiki here against Deiwanishiki. It is a 10-8 head-to-head in Fusanishiki's favor. He's a hard pusher. Deiwanishiki prefers to grapple, I think. And at his advanced age, is much more of a defensive Dikishi. Pushing from underneath is Fusanishiki and finishing Deiwanishiki Oshidashi. Relatively easy. Fusanishiki not in his prime, but at this low rank relative to his career, he should be turning in good numbers. So a good start for him, for this Wakamatsu pusher. Alrighty, now Waka Naruto from the Kasugano stable against Tama Arashi, Tamanoshima's stablemate. Back down from up high on the Banzuke. Inside with the right is Waka Naruto, but a little Amiyuchi, fisherman's throw from Tama Arashi, wraps both arms around Waka Naruto's right and then swings him towards his right, past him. So Tama Arashi, pretty nifty rope work there to get his first win. Despite being up at near the top of the Joey in the last basho, he's pretty close to his junior stablemate Tamanoshima for this basho. So nice to have some company. Udagawa couldn't quite get off Maegashira 11 after the last basho, but put in a solid performance. Is up against the more experienced in terms of career heights, Sawa Hikari. It's a 1-1 head-to-head. They're even so far. Udagawa jumps the gun. We'll try that again. Probably the same kind of charge from Udagawa. And he comes out. Sawa Hikari meets him, thrusting away at the throat and face. Now Sawa Hikari's inside left and finishes Udagawa with Yorikiri. So you can see why Udagawa really wanted to get off the mark first. Sawa Hikari didn't waste any time there, dispatching him. Good Dayashi, good forward movement off the Tachiai. So Sawa Hikari Didn't have a fun Hatsu. But back down this... at this level, he's doing just fine for himself. Ao no Sato up against Kane no Hana. It's a 6-9 head-to-head in Kane no Hana's favor. Ao no Sato immediately Morozashi and finishes Kane no Hana Yorikiri. So very good Tachiai from Ao no Sato. Good Mae Sebaki. Good opening fighting with the hands for placement. So Ao no Sato speedily secures his opening win. Already a third of the way to his score in the last basho. Did not do very well up in the Joi. Now, two Dikishi that have faced off on many occasions. Waka Haguro against Tsurugamine. It's a 22-9 head-to-head in Waka Haguro's favor. And he's a bit more decorated as far as these Dikishi are concerned. He's a former Ozeki and one-time champion. Tsurugamine, pretty decorated in his own right. Regular giant killer and technician. In deep is Tsurugamine. And outside right sends Waka Haguro down Uwate Nage. So Tsurugamine, up against the heavier opponent, pretty well dictated the pace of the bout there. Went chest to chest immediately. Fished for the grip, and then didn't waste any time. Waka Haguro, a little hapless there. Little Kenshoken, prize money envelope for Tsurugamine. Now, Toyokuni up against Maedagawa. It's a 6-4 head-to-head in Toyokuni's favor. Gets to thrusting away, Maedagawa ducks under. Gets to pulling on the hands, and that'll do it. Little Hikiotoshi hand pulled down from Maedagawa. So read Toyokuni pretty well. Maedagawa's not the easiest target since he is the shortest Dikishi in this top division. So, not always easy to thrust away at him. Picks up some prize money there. So, good start from Maedagawa. Ogi no Hana, the grappler from Dewaneumi, up against Wakanami, the strong-backed lifter from Tatsunami's stable. So 4-1 head-to-head in Ogi no Hana's favor. And inside with the left is Ogi no Hana. With deep outside right grip is Wakanami, but he's already on the ring's edge. Ooh, a desperation. He wraps up on the neck there. Maybe a Kubinage attempt, but didn't pop off in any event. Ogi no Hana drops his hips and finishes Wakanami Yori Taoshi. So a good start for Ogi no Hana. Came just shy of a winning score in Hatsu, so has fairly good odds of coming out with the Kachikoshi here in Osaka. We'll see. Now, Iwakaze, the Crouching Tiger, Fusanishiki's stablemate, both from the Wakamatsu stable, up against Amatsukaze. 2-2 head-to-head. Low start from Iwakaze, but slapped upward by Amatsukaze and finished Yorikiri. Nice little Migiyotsu inside right. So Amatsukaze knew what to do. Iwakaze always comes in low. Hence the Crouching Tiger moniker. And Amatsukaze did well to adjust. Pushing upward and going chest to chest. Getting an opening day win. A Kachikoshi for Amatsukaze in this tourney would really be, I think, more or less a career best performance. So even just 8 wins should be a fine goal for this Dikishi. The next set of Shinpan are coming in for the latter half of the day's action, led by Ouchiyama, or the former Ouchiyama, who's now Tasutayama Oyakata with the Tokitsukaze stable. Amatsukaze has to wait around. There he is, Tatsuyama Oyakata, the former Ozeki Ouchiyama. And now, Kitano Fuji, Shin Komosubi, brand new to the Komosubi rank, and only his second Makunochi Basho, against Hirokawa, who's also at his career best rank, just shy of Sanyaku at Maegashira 1. It's a 2-0 head-to-head in Kitano Fuji's favor. Kitano Fuji in with the left, out with the right. Chest to chest, just the way he likes it. He drives forward and finishes Hirokawa. So Kitano Fuji got where he wanted right off the start. Hirokawa more of a pusher, couldn't quite get into gear there. So a good, powerful initial charge to be expected from Kitano Fuji. Gets his first win in his first Komusubi Basho. The last time a Dikishi made Komusubi in only his second Makunochi outing was Yokozuna O Nishiki, also from the Dewano Umi stable. Now, speaking of Dewano Umi, here's Tsuni Nishiki, Kitano Fuji's stablemate, up against Kyokuni Shinseki Wake, the first from Isegahama in nearly 2 decades. Head bonking start, and with the left is Kyokuni, but he slipped there, lost his footing at the very end. And Shinpan seemed to me that what they were debating a mono-ui, but it didn't happen. Kyokuni gets his first win clean, despite being pulled away. So a good start. Kyokuni was the sole runner-up in the previous boss show on 14-1. Probably not going to repeat that score here. Daigo, a much more experienced Sekiwake, is up against Wakamiyama. First bout between the two. Inside with the right is Daigo. Same with Wakamiyama. They're locked up chest to chest. It's Yotsuzumo, all 4 hands on. Driving in is Wakamiyama. Daigo is holding on. In a precarious position, Wakamiyama, easily the heaviest Dikishi in this division. Not so easy to move around. Daigo looks like he's trying for a Shitate Nage, but couldn't quite pull it off. Now for an inside leg trip, but he's being driven to the edge. Wakamiyama finishes him. Yori Taoshi. So the big man from Tatsunami stable picks up his first win here at his career best rank, Megashira 2. I think Wakamiyama is about the same height-wise and weight-wise if you're counting in centimeters and kilograms. Ballpark 175 each. Very well built Dikishi. Pretty young too. Kaidi Yama, Kyokuni's stablemate, up against Yutakayama. Coming off a not so great basho, this Ozeki. Inside with the right is Kaidi Yama, trying to sync up the belt, and now he's got it. Pressing up underneath Yutakayama, who locks up that arm and, flexing his back, swings around Kaidi Yama, depositing him outside the ring. So, I think they'll just call that Yorikiri. In any event, Yutakayama opens up with a win. And, gets off to a good start. An 8-7 score in Hatsu is pretty mediocre, especially for an Ozeki. And Yutakayama's come off the top spot for the Tokitsukaze stable, so that might be a fine enough goal in itself. Tochi Hikari, now the sole Ozeki for Kasugano stable, is up against Fuji Nishiki, the top man for Takasago. Fuji Nishiki's a hard pusher. Tochi Hikari dodges the Tachiai, puts Fuji Nishiki on the back foot, and then finishes him with some nifty little tsupari there. Some thrusting to seal the win. So Tsukitaoshi, Tsukidashi, Tsukitaoshi. Either way, Tochi Hikari opens with a win. Maybe not what you would want from an Ozeki to dodge at the start there, but so it is. Fuji Nishiki's no joke when it comes to his Oshi Sumo. So, can't exactly blame the Ozeki here. Now, Kainoyama, coming off a not-so-great Komusubi debut, up against Kitabayama, the top man for Tokitsukaze in this basho. In low is Kainoyama, but can't quite reach the belt. Kitabayama's inside Morozashi, and finishes Kainoyama Yorikiri. So Kitabayama did well to protect his own belt while maneuvering into position. Good start. In the last basho, he really struggled in the opening week. The first half was definitely a stumble for Kitabayama, so if he can make it through the first half of this basho clean, I think odds of a double-digit score are pretty good, and what you want to hope for from all the Ozeki. Sadanoyama, Dewano Umi's top Dikishi for this basho. Up against Myo Bunani, Miyagino's top man for this basho, and back at the Komusubi ring for the first time in a little over 2 years. Sadanoyama starts with a Norowa, pushes Myobudani all the way to the edge, but Myobudani snakes his way behind, and Okuridashi. They might just call it Yorikiri, depends on the angle. I'd call it Okuridashi. Rear push out. Myobudani, he's got a strong back, good hamstrings, managed to hold on the edge there, and step to the side. Outmaneuvering Sadanoyama, so Ozeki Sadanoyama, the first Ozeki to register a loss for this basho, to Komusubi Myobudani, who just downed on paper, which would be one of his tougher opponents for this basho, so a good start. Shin Yokozuna, Tochi Naomi, in his first bout since attaining the championship rank, or the champion rank, I should say, up against Haguro Gawa, who in the last basho fought under the name Haguro Hana, but has opted for a name change, likely in a bid to change his fortune. And jumping to the side and armbarring Tochinumi, the little Kote Nage, is Haguro Gawa. Left the Yokozuna without much to work with. Did this Dikishi. Wakachichibu is up against Yokozuna Kashiwado. Their head-to-head's actually relatively close. It's 6-10 in Kashiwado's favor. Their early encounters were dominated by Wakachichibu, but things have changed since their days in Juryo together. Kashiwado's shallow with the left, and that'll do it. He finishes Wakachichibu Yorikiri. Seems to be in good form. Kashiwado, often injured, often hampered. Took kind of a nasty spill in the last basho, but he looks pretty good on the opening day here, so hopefully a contender for the cup right up to the last up to the last bout. We shall see. Now Taiho, defending champion, coming off a Zensho Yusho, is up against fellow Hokkaido native Haguroyama, named for his Shisho, Tatsunami Oyakata, the former Haguroyama, Yokozuna. This Haguroyama not quite as highly decorated, and not very lucky in his head-to-head with Taiho. It's 20-0 in the Yokozuna's favor. Taiho moves in and finishes Haguroyama Oshidashi. They might call that Tsuki. I think that's Oshidashi. Seemed to be holding his contact. Not much to say there. He pretty well overpowered the more experienced grappler, just straight pushing. Taiho, he's gifted as well as just being physically very imposing. Well, a fun opening day's action. Most of the top rankers came out unscathed, a couple little dinged up. We'll see how things go. Thank you for joining me.